Well, hey, ManCave, this is Bob from DaBob's ManCave, and we are here at the Rocky Mountain Train Show here in Denver, Colorado this weekend, April 4th and 5th weekend. And right behind me, of course, is my Fremo setup here that I'm here with a bunch of other guys for the Colorado Fremo. And we'll be showing you that as well. I think this time we're going to actually give you a little tour of the train station and show you what that's all about. But first, let's go see what the rest of the show has to offer. Hope to see you. Rocky Mountain Train Show is now open for business. The public is now coming in the doors, stopping by and look at all the vendors that are here. Let's take a walk around here. Got some toy vendors. Got some model makers here at Walther's or Hobby Town. Actually, this is Hobby Town. Cool, interesting. It's got more stuff in the Hobby Town than I have in Omaha. They got nothing in Omaha. It's pretty much pathetic for trains in Omaha. I don't know why, but it is. But they do have quite a variety here at the Aurora Hobby Town. Then we got San Juan Car Company, HO, maybe narrow gauge as well. Got some custom-made turnouts. A lot of those other things. And we got some detail items. We got some trucks.
These are so good they roll uphill.
Roll uphill.
Yeah, see?
Everything else that we do
And they roll off the track too.
That's right. Uphill and off the track. Well, that's a good rolling truck.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I'm going to get a green M&M because I'm that kind of feeling today.
Okay.
And you got some more tracks over here. Got some other buildings and so forth for sale. Micro engineering track and so forth. Different scale gauges here. A lot of stuff here at the San Juan Car Company. And then we got James over there doing stuff with Rapido. Apparently, Rapido won his contest for the 2024 People's Choice Awards. Presented Rapido for most exciting product lineup. Well, I'll be the judge of that. Well, let's see. Do they have any N-scale over here? Well, they got some HO stuff over here. All these product lines over there. Got some HO engines over here. Some PA units. And then we got passenger cars. Some dome cars. Looks like we got some dome cars coming out here at N-scale. Superliners or something like that. They're pretty cool. And there we are. Got some pre-orders that you can pick up on. U25Bs, GP38s, coil cars, Greenbrier reefers, cabooses, P32AC locomotives, all sorts of stuff. But mostly in HO it looks like. Not seeing anything in N-scale yet. So we've got scale trains right across from Rapido here, and looks like an opportunity to take a look at some of their stuff. We have some locomotives, some SD45s, some appliance boxcars. Oh, we have some N-scale SD40-2s. Some special paint schemes there. We also have some split hood coil cars in HO and N-scale. We have some Dash 9s. And we also have some AC44C6Ms in HO. We have these coming in HO for the some SD42 ditch light versions. And we have some GE ES44s, hypotypical ET44s on HO, and N-scale version right there, the ET44. And you have some Trinity RD4 coal hoppers, which I do have on my layout right now over there in Fremont. I bought 24 of those, so I have a nice long coal train. Relatively long, anyway. You get some GP30 rebuilds and more in HO. Of course, you got the big blow turbines, and you got some water tenders and GP30s right here. Got the water tenders, R40-2 reefers in HO. We have some well cars in HO. Looks like it's going to be the backpacker well cars set. So it looks like 5 cars. We daisy chained together. Okay, we got a new N&W Class J 484 steam locomotive coming. SD7 and SD9s. Those are probably in HO. Maybe at N-scale someday. They also have some auto parts cars here. You got SD40-T-2 tunnel motors. And you got some boxcars, some TTX boxcars. Those would be nice. And Microtrains booth. We got some trains running here. Get the N-Scale Enthusiast magazine. Got the Micro News coming out here in April. We got that April Fool's head end car. And so forth and so forth. Got a new series coming out, it looks like, the X Railbox series. Got a Grit and Grind series, HO scale. And we got some N-scale stuff there. And we have some other cars here that he's running trains with. We have some log cars. It's a logging 4-car set. And then you've got the Burlington Northern Weathered 3-pack. Then you got States Shows Packs. Or Straits Shows Packs. So it's a circus company that was out there in Omaha, running around the tracks. And we also have, looks like a series of little tiny box cars to go with that whole set. Grit and Grind series, of course, in HO, using, I think, other companies' stuff from AccuRail, and then they just weather it all up for them. You can get them from there. Microtrains.com. You got pre-orders coming up for some military trains. And we got a flat car with a deep submergence rescue training vehicle. And here's your April releases right here. April Fool's car, the Railbox car. And then we've got some more Passenger cars. Active edge. The new railgun gondola, new body style. Based on the Greenville prototype. Metal wheels, factory stuff. And that's coming this summer. And of course you get some loads, and loads. All made. The rail gondola is pre-production sample. Looks pretty cool. And then you got this version here. And the Pacific runner pack, 4-car runner pack. Looks like coal cars here. You got a Conrail trail van set. And we got some more ad stuff there. And some more graffiti sets. Denver Rio Grande weathered 3-pack of tunnel forms load. So those are interesting. You'll have to build it. Well, you may have to see the load right in there. You may have to build something to put that all together. It's part of the fun. We have Dirt the Cat here, a bronze statue. If you go to the Colorado Model Railroad Museum, they got another version of Dirt the Cat there. And you can see a video in the museum. It's all in 3D of Dirt the Cat. Pretty neat. Pretty neat story. Check them out. Stopping by the Intermountain Railway Company here.
Looks great.
See what they got. Oh, okay. And they've got some reefers and passenger cars, coal cars. A few things here. You got Trinity covered hoppers also here. Got some auto racks as always. We got some of locomotives. And we got some HO N-scale covered hoppers, aerospace loads for the skybox. Tier 4 Gevos, Paducah locomotives. Yeah, I got a nice orange one. I like the orange one. The J. It's too bad it's not an N scale. And of course you got some wheel sets as well. And then we got NCE power cabs here on display. They're demonstrating everything. We got
It's a service now.
PH5, PH5R.
Or it just comes off. But it's a simple socket.
Got a lot of
You're welcome to look at it
different
if you
things.
want.
We're over here at the Broadway Limited Imports booth. And what's new coming out in HO is the Kennefic business car from Union Pacific. And that's coming out. We got some other stuff here. And we got a prototype of a steam locomotive. Got some N-scale locomotives and steam. N-scale F unit. These are new. Got some thank you veterans locomotives there. watching a live feed on Virtual Rail Fan at the train show here in the Rocky Mountain Train Show. This one's at the Virginia Museum of Transportation in Roanoke, Virginia. They transferred that around to a different date. Oh, that's April 4th. Different shots there. You can sign up to join Virtual Rail Fan by going this QR code. Or you could join right out here to virtualrailfan.com/join. Get all sorts of stuff. You got a lot of trains running around here. HO scale, O scale. Got a bum on top of a passenger car with a fire. Markman, LGB, Tricks. A lot of European stuff here. Very intricate locomotive right there in the center. A Shay. Lighted track. That's always fun. And then if you're into the big stuff, the LGB products here, G scale. And also some trick stuff over here as well. Christmas steam locomotive and set. They also have some N scale, some Tricks locomotives, a big boy. Got some other stuff in there as well. Got some Z scale. So yeah, quite a bit of stuff. At the Bachman booth, if you like Thomas the Tank Engine kind of stuff here, they got all those available for purchase. Not here at the show, but you know, they do have these things. You got a bunch of sets. The Digital Commander, Christmas Train, Freedom Train, all sorts of stuff. HO scale, of course. Do have some N scale products over here. And you get some N scale sets. And so, also some more HO scale sets over here. Thunder Chief. Remember the Thunder Chief, yeah? Durango and Silverton set. That would be a nice set. Chattanooga. More Rail Chief. North Pole Express. And you like that Amtrak Casellas. And you even got some big G scale. And you got some big Thomas sets over here as well.
One guy has parts usually.
We're over here at the Atlas booth. And then you got some big G-scale stuff here. Or O-scale. Yeah, this is O-scale, not G-scale. What am I thinking? Window scale. Atlas got some O-scale. We'll start going down here to the N scale and dash 840Cs. Got some GP60s. A Berkshire 284. Steel coil cars. Some box cars. Trinity reefer cars. And up here in HO you got some GP40 2Ws and GE 30s.
I have so many I need to start doing.
Also, same kind of stuff in HO.
Oh, stupid.
Bombardiers. And you got some big O scale.
Spend an hour over there, and now you gotta get back to the TCA. We're here all weekend.
Well, we're at Railsmith models. We got a bunch of passenger car stuff coming out. All the time, actually. Got new tooling for N-scale Build-A-Train on Northern Pacific. Vista car. Or maybe not a Vista car, but it's a small dome car. One of those first original kind of dome cars came out. Also got the Bud Dome. Actually, that's what it's called, the Bud Dome. My brain's not here today. I left it at home.
How you doing, Bob?
Good. Seeing all the stuff you got.
Oh yeah, we got stuff. Did you show them the dome sleeper?
Yes.
The one on the right is a dome sleeper.
Oh, that's the sleeper.
On the left, that's not the sleeper. That's a coach.
See, I left my brain at home.
The one on the right, that's the sleeper.
The one on the right. The altitude is affecting my brain again today.
Water.
That's what I keep saying. But anyway. Yeah. Chlorophyll?
It's a thing.
Yeah. So when is the next Alaska set coming out, delivery-wise?
The next Alaska,
Yeah.
the dome cars they're coming right now.
Okay.
They're en route.
I should be expecting
And
them
the
in the
announcement will be shortly after that, or sooner. We're now.
Okay.
You're not recording that, are you?
Okay, over at the Home Shops, limited edition designs. They got HO lines. They do custom railroads, custom work and stuff like that. So they come up with some really interesting layouts and road names, or things from people's own home layouts can be on here. A lot of these lines I've never really heard of before, but they now have N-scale. These box cars are made by Atlas, and they have like Cat Mountain, Delta lines, the Miami Valley Railroad, and you got the St. Louis Gateway, St. Louis County Railway actually, and this other one here, I'm not exactly sure on that one, but yeah, they got a variety there, and you should check them out. Get a custom car or something that matches what you want to run. Check them out. They got everything here, and you can buy them at the show. Well, we're here with George from SoundTraxx, and George has some updates that you probably have not heard of yet. What do you got, George?
So here we have the updated version of the Android app. Now I know a lot of you Android guys have been working on this, and this is still a work in progress, so it's still technically an open beta, but we've actually added a lot of cool features to it, and so all of you Android users out there, you guys can now rejoice because we do have an almost fully functioning app out there. One of the biggest things is consisting when you're running multiple locomotives together. The app does all the hard work for you, and so it makes it quick and simple. And so these two locomotives here in front of me here, we've got our Amtrak and our Milwaukee Road. I'm going to show you how quick and easy these are to consist. So we're going to start here with the Amtrak P42, and we're going to click this chain link right here. Now each device can talk to up to 4 consists of any number of locomotives. Consist number A, B, C, or D. So because B for Bob, we're going to go ahead and hit consist B. So now this is our lead unit. So when we blow the horn, it's going to blow the horn on the lead unit. Okay. Now the second unit, which is my Milwaukee Road, you can see the name right there. I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to check the chain link. We're going to click, whoops, I missed. I'm doing this off to the side. So when we click consist B, you'll notice that my throttle disappeared because the app knows it's paired with the Amtrak locomotive. Okay. So I have 2 questions. Is this a rear loco or is it middle? And the rear loco typically would be the one that would dragging the end, and that's going to come into play here with this make lead button. But we're going to go ahead and say it is a rear loco, and then facing forward or facing backwards, we're going to say it's facing backwards. Now the app does all the hard work for me. So now when I start moving, and because I'm at the end of the track, I'm just going to show you we're going to move in reverse, blow our whistle signal, ring the bell. We're going to go ahead and turn the throttle up. Now we're going to go ahead and see the locomotives moving, and they're moving together because the app is sending the command to each locomotive based on its position. But now when I run, I can turn on the functions, and when I set the brakes, now the brake command is sent to both locomotives in the consist. So they will actually both now come to a stop.
Cool.
And the app is doing all the hard work for you. And so you're not having to go in and change parameters. You're not having to reduce volume control of the bay units or the trailing units, anything like that, to disable the horn and bell. And then when I want to break the consist up, I'll simply just uncheck. So I'll hit B, turn off. Now that locomotive, my Milwaukee Road's an independent locomotive again. So let's just quickly take them apart. Now my Milwaukee Road locomotive, when I start moving, I have to turn off my brakes. The Milwaukee Road locomotive starts moving away. But meanwhile, my Amtrak unit
Still there.
is still here as part of the consist. And so you can see how easy this is, especially dropping helpers.
Okay.
Now, there's a couple of other cool, really quick features I want to show on the Android version that haven't been put into the Apple yet, but that's coming very soon.
Okay.
And it can't come soon enough. But
Right.
check this out. So when it comes to setting CVs, again, we go to our gear settings here. And this allows me to make all of my settings, adjustments, everything I can do. Sound volume settings, I will do that. But when we come here to CV settings, I can use the app to back up my CVs. So before I make changes, I can save my backup so that if I go in and make adjustments to the decoder's performance, now I can always go back and hit CV restore, which will then flash all those CV values that we've backed up into it. So if you don't like the changes you made, or say you did a setting that you weren't comfortable with, you can always back it up. But then with CV backup, you can also copy CVs to other loco. So if you have a fleet of these P42s that you decided that you want to have running a specific way, now you can simply get one set up the way you want it, click copy CVs to other loco, and now I can flash all my settings into other locomotives in seconds, rather than having to either do all the settings myself or use other third-party unreliable firmware that's out there that takes 45 minutes or so to read and write all the CV values.
Right. Yeah, I kind of like that idea, because let's say you get a brand new locomotive and you want to change it, but I don't want to put it back to my default settings if we're going to sell it or something. Or you'd have a backup, or you could probably have a file of your default settings when you first get it. Okay, that way you can always restore your mistakes.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah.
And so if you find a mistake, you can always go back, make the change, because you can hit CV backup anytime, and every time you hit it, it'll update and re-back up the CVs.
Yep.
And that's storing them here in this device.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, if I go in and make adjustments and I back them up here, but then you're running the locomotive on your device, technically you wouldn't be able to flash these settings into it because they're stored in this.
Right.
But if you screw something up, the next time I can just click here and hit CV restore, and it goes back to the way it was when I left.
Yep.
Set it up using my device. So there's a lot of great features built into this. One of the last ones here I'll show you. There's also a CV copy utility where I can go through and copy multiple locomotives at the same time. So I can take one locomotive settings and copy 3 or 4 at the same time. So I have a real quick way to do a fleet. But we'll go back here to settings, where you go to function remap, and this is where I can adjust where all my settings and everything is it. So right now you can see my FX3 and 4 are turned on with button 24 together, because that's what I have as my ditch light. But if I want to change that, I can just simply come in here and check that, and you'll notice that there's the whole list. So if I want to move it to 14, you'll notice that 24 got unchecked and 14 goes there. So then I just hit save, and now the app has done the work for me behind the scenes. No more CV values. Or I can hit cancel, and it doesn't change anything. Okay. So there's a lot of cool stuff built into it. So for you Android guys, we haven't been ignoring you. It's just there's some algorithms that are naturally occurring in the iOS and Apple version of the operating system that have to be recoded for the Android, because it's not part of the Android operating system. So we apologize for how long it's taking, but the good news is you've got a 99% functioning app here. So all you guys that have been Android, you can certainly do Blue Nami now.
Okay.
Now the last thing I do want to point out, all you N-scalers, we're not ignoring you either.
Good.
I know, Bob, you're an N-scaler, so the problem is that the Bluetooth chip's about the size of my pinky nail, and our smallest universal decoder's about that. It's already pretty densely populated. So it doesn't mean we're ignoring you or not going to do it. It just means I don't have it immediately on the finished docket. So we will be looking at trying to find ways to make it smaller. I just don't have a time frame. So guys, we aren't forgetting about you. But unfortunately, in the engineering world, when we're doing everything in-house, things take a little bit of time. So we're really excited. We can't wait to get this out for smaller scales as well. But if you guys have HO or larger stuff, especially if you're doing the garden scale, you can do onboard battery with Blue Nami. You don't even need to do anything else. It's just literally connect to the battery, connect to the app, and you're running trains just like your DCC system. So really excited. So Bob, thanks for stopping by. We hope this has been helpful for you.
Yep, it has. Thanks, George.
Thanks, guys.
And now I'll show my face because I am here. Just stand behind the camera. I understand that camera.
There you go.
Thanks, George.
All right, thank you.
Bye. We're over here at Brad's Trains. Got a lot of N-scale stuff sitting out here for sale. Some HO stuff over here as well. A lot of different things. All the N-scales over here. So a lot of private vendors over here. And of course we got Jennifer over here just hiding. And we got the tax guy, Women in Model Railroading. But you have all these vendors way over there. Spring Creek's way over there. You got vendors over this way, vendors over that way. There's a lot to see here at the Rocky Mountain Train Show. So the Omaha station is roughly a 24.5-foot long station that resembles Omaha, Nebraska, and the Burlington station, the Burlington Post Office building, which is right there, and the 10th Street Bridge. It's representing a time in the future, possibly, where train traffic comes back to the Omaha area. Originally there was 19 tracks across this area. I'm only representing a total of about 12 tracks and 2 main lines. There's 9 tracks to drop passengers off and pick them up, and I can turn off those tracks individually from power, so you can store your trains on the layout and just, you know, not have them sucking all the electricity out of the power packs. So that saves on your decoders and everything else. But the 10th Street Bridge here is all lit up. Currently it's not lit up, saves on the battery, but this is a 3D printed version of the Burlington station, and it's also kit bashed from 2 Walthers kits. The basement area is all 3D printed. The station is kit bashed to extend 2 more sets of windows on each end, plus another extension that's 3D printed over here on this end. The roof pieces are all 3D printed. The pillars in the front are all 3D printed. That whole front piece is rebuilt as a 3D print. And it looks like it does in reality today, minus a few details on the roof, like ladders and maybe some antennas, which aren't in my world, but that's how that works. There's a side building over here, down here, which was sort of like a little power station or something back in the day. There are a lot of details that are missing on it, but that's how it goes. In the future, they took those things off. Those little there's some canopies that were sticking out over the edge of the basement area, so those are not there in this particular view. The butterfly platforms are still there as of today. They kept those there for the Amtrak station, which the Amtrak station in reality is roughly where this red building is at. And so I chose to remove that building because it was torn down when they opened up the Burlington station back again as an actual train station. So So there is the two main lines here. I put a double crossover in here so I can switch back and forth between main lines. And then down here there's a switch to switch over into this transfer track, which goes down into track 3, which then you can transfer over to the Burlington direction, which is over here. Burlington Northern, BNSF, and Amtrak go that direction. UP is on this main line here, so it's basically mostly a UP and Burlington Northern train station. All the switches are powered by servos, and you can see the servos are right in here, and there's manipulate the switch way over there, and when you push the buttons like this one right here, moves your switches. And so future expansion on this is put some ground lights down in here to show signaling in which direction the track is going. And I'm also going to be pulling up all the platforms and resizing them because they're a little bit too wide for being near the tracks. So I need to make it more NMRA compliant. And then also printing the yellow warning barrier stripe on the new print. So there's a lot of changes coming on this, and that's a quick tour of the station. And the post office building needs a few more details. I need to create some fire escapes to go down this wall here. Put in some garage doors or a ramp right in here to finish that off. Maybe also put in some interior and some floors and stuff. So that's probably a future endeavor when I get to that point of modeling this. May end up 3D printing it again to do a better job in more detail. Who knows? That's always an option in the future. You can see the bridge is all lit up. And let's move this over a little bit. Seems like a little crooked. Now things are set up there, but so all the lights are wired through the bottom of the bridge and down into some holes that are drilled in the foam down below there, that area, and under the table where they're hooked into just plug systems from Woodland Scenics. And you can see the detail on this side. Handrails have not been put in yet, so that's why the orange cones are all there, and it's in a construction zone. I do have a big gap here. This extension piece that's hanging over the end is starting to sag. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe, humidity and everything else have kind of warped the board. That may get replaced with a better system as I work through this modeling process. But you can see the inside of the train station. There is a set of stairs that curl around down to the basement floor. Got some benches and some people in there doing their thing. Cars and everything else. Down on this end, we have the track power switches that I can sit here and turn off power to, let's say, track 7. You can hear the power go off on my locomotives, and they power back up again. Well, I'm here over at the Meet and Greet booth, and waiting for people to come over here and meet me, I guess. Sponsored by the Rocky Mountain Train Show and Colorado Model Railroad Museum. And so, got a lot of people doing their shopping, and Not showing up yet. I do have a couple people stopping by. They're going to pick up these beautiful mugs, these tumblers, $20. I only have 9 of them, so I got a box full of them down there. But yep, come by and say hello. For these HO scale construction equipment. Looks pretty cool. Got some deals on some buildings here. $8, $12. And maybe not great deals, but you can get some pre-built buildings for some stuff. And here's one that's $30. I don't know about that one. Looks broken a little bit. Must have been on somebody's layout. But they do have a lot of end scale here. We got a lot of cars down this aisle and engines, along with HO. Some Trainworks cars. Microtrains cars. Stuff that I already have. Go figure. And you go, of course, got the box sets. And we got these bars from Aurora Miniatures. They have TTX box cars. $35, $45. Southeast Hobbies here. 60-foot boxcar. And you got some other ones here. GATX and Union Pacific. A few of those things. Never tried one of those Aurora Miniatures. Might get one, I don't know. He blew that outhouse up.
I can take the heat like no other man.
Funny. The Bigfoot.
I need to unload before I
This is the new one from those models.
Riding on Thomas the Tank Engine. Woo! Having fun yet? I'm having fun riding on the Thomas train here at the Rocky Mountain Train Show. trains are not running yet at the Colorado and Great Western. So you can check them out at their QR code and so forth, or check out their website. But it is a very impressive layout. Got some mountain climbers right up there. Got a goat up on top of the mountain there. Seems a little bit oversized for HO. Kind of small N-scale layout, the Pato track. It's DC layout. Fun, nice little layout. Doesn't take a lot of space up, and you can run some trains. Colorado Rail Link layout. Do a little track planning here. Try and turn this into a Y. It's a what if. Got a cool little lift bridge here with a weight. Should be nice and balanced. Some corn and sunflowers mixed in there. This is the Albuquerque Society of Ashholm Module Engineers, or Albuquerque Society of HO Module Engineers. However you want to read it. Right? Like that. Anyway, they have a HO layout here. Looks like they have a little bridge right here to do a duck under kind of thing. Big yard. A lot of old dead foliage there. Never fails when you record it, the dirty track shows up.
Yeah. Both of us stopped at the same time. John's
Here with the Pike Masters Fremo Model Railroad Club out of Colorado Springs. It is an HO Fremo club. Got a big reverse loop here, double track. So you got a siding in there. They were here last year, the year before that actually. So quite a nice scene here. East Cavallo. Cavallo Creek. Coal train. Maintenance truck there. It's working on the signals.
But you don't never get anything anyway, so why go? Last couple of times you posted on the channel?
Mm-hmm. Nice little Colorado scene here, some hills and some rock formations off the side. I really like that kind of look. Doing some pretty good scenery here. Colorado, or Coldwater, Kansas. Coldwater Junction. We got a little staging yard here. James. There was a nice bridge that used to come into this module, this layout, but it's not here this year. It was totally rebuilt after having a trailer rollover accident and destroying the original one. For some reason, he's not here today. And then you get down to the end, and you have another reverse loop. Uh-oh. There we go.
You did it.
I was like, yeah, I caught one. It's a runaway. Could this be done in Fremo? Yeah, I'm sure it could be done in Fremo. With the interior of a roundhouse open up so you can see through all the details there. Nice little train station. Parking ramp. Yeah. Probably make one of those. You got Rio Grande 3504. Pulling along train. Got a staging yard back there. Come out of the Y. Got some cattle. Like the trestle bridges. Pretty neat. Looks like they make a lot of their buildings scratch built. I don't think it's cardboard. It's probably little wood panel strips that they make this stuff out of. Maybe a little bit of cardboard and ingenuity. Or they're actually some laser cut kits, which they could be laser cut kits. A lot of those companies out there making those. Very intriguing. Oh, we got one of these things. Z-scale. All the different radius tracks all in one little spot. Watching a movie at the movie theater. Angry Red Planet, This Island Earth, and The Blob. It's on custom Lego style vehicles here. Big crane. Looks like some sort of track thing there. Also got a Titanic model. Roller coasters. Trains, of course. Big bridge. Got airplanes, got all sorts of stuff. We're at the Estes Valley Model Railroaders. T-track set up here. A lot of stuff. Fantastic show. Dana Murray. We have Rio Grande in Z-scale. It's climbing a hill in the back, and it's going to come down this hill over here. At least it looks like it's going downhill. Yep.
There it is.
It is a long train. It's a really long train. It goes all the way around. Yep. We're over here at modelsceneryworld.com. I see that right there. But they make a lot of 3D prints in large scale. They got some O scale stuff right here. Got some S scale. Got some Moffat tunnels. And you get if you were here, you could get a 35% off all Moffat tunnels. So yeah. Get an M scale Moffat tunnel for $119. Tunnel portals, everything else. Copper moonshine sill. Get some large G-scale military stuff here. You even get a spaceship in G-scale. They also have a lot of O-scale parts and buildings and so forth. S-scale, some bricks tracks that are Lego compatible. HO, N-scale, Z-scale. A lot of 3D printed stuff. Buildings, dams. Tunnel portals, lighthouses, churches, office buildings, hotels. Oh, even some ships. Kind of neat. Now, I kind of want to get a ship of a taconite barge, sort of like the Edmund Fitzgerald. Taconite and coal. But I haven't seen any of those. So maybe this one. Looks like a big barge. Well, hey, ManCavians, that's the end of Rocky Mountain Train Show. People have been loading up for the past 3 hours. I finally got my modules cleaned up. We've got Spring Creek Model Trains closing up, packing their stuff. We got trailers everywhere. You know, we got trailers over here, trailers over there, all sorts of stuff. So, next year, around the same time, right after April Fool's Day, the first weekend of April, make plans to come out to the Rocky Mountain Train Show and have a little bit of fun. See some good products, ride Thomas the Tank train. That was always fun. And see some really nice layouts. And find some really good deals probably at this train show. We had the Choo Choos R Us was going on a business sale. So they got rid of a bunch of stuff and we made a lot of money. So if this is your first time visiting Bob's N-Scale Man Cave, consider subscribing down below. Also ring that bell for future videos just like this one. Also leave a comment, tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. And as always, Mancavians, happy mile railroading. You stay off those tracks. Bye. Man, I need to go to the saloon, but I think it's closed. What a day.